Hey everybody, it's Valagar Aloevain back for some more Dungeons and Dragons. So we are yet again here in the harbor, joined by our friend Shira, and doing the horrible shifter dances. And for this quest here, we are going to be talking to Felicity Mallow, which is right near Garjung and our ringleader. And for this one here, we actually head near there, but we actually turn off to the right, heading into the curio shop. Now this one, it's been a long time since I've actually run this one, but the premise of it is fairly simple, fairly straightforward, but I might take the wrong path, so I just want to warn you guys ahead of time. Alright, so obviously the first thing you want to do is, cast your buffs, get all that stuff going. Then you're going to get started. Now the first little bit, you do have a small little fight of guys, nothing special, nothing spectacular. And the guys actually die fairly quickly. Now, in the side rooms, there really isn't anything to talk about. As you'll see, it's just completely blocked off. They do have a couple of breakables, but really there's nothing there. What we need to do is open the door and continue heading east. Alright, and just keep pushing through. Now, once you get to this section here, you will see mind flayers, as well as these cocoon breakables. Now, you can break them. Obviously, you need to break X amount for the requirement of the quest. However, after you complete I think it's like 9 or 10 that you need, it does allow you to then break additional ones for extra optional experience. So when we're at this section here, we do want to head to these other rooms before going through that door. So we'll start with south, and we just break all the cocoons in here. Each one does spawn in an enemy, so just watch yourself. And again, if you are wanting to get the optional for breaking them all, I definitely recommend doing a double take in here, just to make sure you have them all in these starter rooms, as it is a long way through the entirety of the quest. And if you have to come all the way back here just to get a couple of them, it's really not worth it for the optional. Alright, so it looks like we have them all in these rooms here, but we did miss one right here. So we would have actually had to come all the way back here if we wanted that optional, as there's exactly the amount required. So it's kind of finicky. You miss one, it's kind of either quit or try again. Alright, so now that we're heading north, we are getting a little bit of lag, but yeah, so there's a couple of guys in this room, and just keep heading north through the doors. Now, in this one here, as you can see, we do have a really, really nasty trap. The box is on the other side. And some pipes. Now, the pipes, I don't believe count as breakables, but again, I could be mistaken. Now, once we reach this room here, there are two levers that you need to pull. One is here on this ramp, which will lower that bridge. Then we have a second one. This one is actually located in the water, so it'll be by this pillar here. You can actually sneak in. Oh, no, sorry, wrong pillar. You can actually sneak under here and be able to swim around to get the lever. And then back up. So once the drawbridge is lowered, It also spawns in a couple of enemies. Here we go. So nothing major, but they are there. So once you've defeated that wave, just proceed across the door, or across the bridge, through the door. Here we have a set of shrines, and again, a rune with the lever. Go ahead and light that up. It will light up the door here, so if you happen to run past, you'll just have to run back up. From here, it is a no return point. So if you were going to use that shrine, definitely recommend it. Now, as you're falling down, it's okay if you fall in the water. It does mean you'll have to come up a little bit, so they do have a ladder. And then you want to pull this lever here. And that'll put the ladder actually all the way down. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, so it's not a no return point. We do have a return back up. So from here, we actually want to head through our door. Now, we do have side doors that we can enter in, and as you can see, when you approach the water kind of in the center, it spawns in a big old wave for you. But they are just taken, so they're not too brutal. Side door, get her collectible. And then again, it has a few directions. So we're going to actually start by heading west. And we do have a couple of pipes. And then we have a deceased acrobat. Now, we can't actually interact with them. All they do is they have some little dialogue option. But that's it. There's nothing really... Yeah, I looked at that there as well. There's nothing really extra that it adds. From here we can head north. And actually north is the way we want to go. Alright, so I'm going to head back here just temporarily. Alright. And we're going to make a quick turn and head off to the east here. So again, we have a couple of doors we can interact with, but again, nothing really here. So if you head through the breakables, or the breakable pipes, you'll run into a couple of ooze here. And then a valve at the end. Now this will open up and have a few more of these pods and a few more taken. Now these pods don't actually count towards our total as they auto break on us, but it does reach us to this door. Now the valve here is locked, so you can just go ahead and open lock. Then you can open the valve, and on the other side we actually have some optionals. It's kind of got like an undead party here. Once they are all dead, it gives us a nice little loot box on the pedestal and a tiny little bit of XP. So at this point, this is when you want to head to that path to the north and head down that waterfall there. Alright, so once you reach this room, now you can hop in the water. There really isn't much in there of interest. A couple of breakables, and I do believe a collectible down there. But ultimately, really nothing much. What you want to do is you want to head to the far east section, head through these pipes, through the door, and we're actually going to come across this one. Now again, it's going to lock us in here and kind of open up the doors, spawning in several taken as kind of like an ambush. Once they are defeated, it will open up our door, bringing us to our next bit here. Basically, this is our other lab. So we can head to all three directions, and all three of them will have these pods. Now again, as we break them, there we go. So this is where it's going to give us that optional to have destroyed all the other cocoons. So again, you do just want to make sure that you get as many as possible before you move on. As there is exactly enough in order to complete. So we are missing one, but it could just be in one of these three rooms. So just give it another quick check. And yeah, so it was in our north room. So yeah, as you can see, just exactly enough. So again, if you want to get that optional, when you're in these rooms, just double check to make sure you have them all. Especially the ones towards the beginning. It'll save you a lot of running back. Once you've done that, you're going to want to head out, head on up the ramp. Now we do have a random loot chest here, but opening this chest was actually going to spawn in some enemies, or does it not do? There they are. Here we go. From here, again, continue to the very top. And then we're going to want to head through the door, continuing north. Alright. At this point, we are going to come across another shrine. And if memory serves, this is actually the last shrine before the end fight. So by all means, use this shrine if needed. And then we're going to hop on down into this weird looking liquid. From here, swim on north. We have a small little wave of guys. And then we want to proceed off to the west. Again, after the fight is over. There we go. Oh, so I was wrong there. There is another shrine here. So yeah, this is the final shrine before the end fight. You'll pull the valve, it'll open the door, and there is no way back up. They even make a point of that. And yeah, so once you get to the bottom here, all you gotta do is run around the corner. And here we are talking to Morley Blode and a big old, kind of ethereal mind flayer, Yulthun. And basically this is where we find out that this Mind Flayer is actually the one in charge and is the one creating everything. At this point, just wait for the conversation to stop, and he's going to spawn in some enemies. And it will be the end fight. So at first, just a wave of randos. Then you get a little bit stronger wave of the Taken. And then after the wave of the Taken, in comes this guy, and he's going to be like kind of the boss of the Taken here. Every now and then he stops and kind of becomes, you can't target him. It's kind of when he's doing that. But yeah, just beat him down. He's not honestly that hard. And that's it. Killing him. Get your loot. Again, you can get some named loot out of these ones. But honestly, the loot out of these quests, not super amazing. So I don't recommend re-rolling unless absolutely necessary. Anyway, that's it for this quest. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one all.